S.N. Pike's Magnolia. Originally out of Ohio, now in Kentucky. Always a non-distilling producer. We just picked a couple barrels with them. Let's talk about it. Welcome back to Brewtally Honest Bourbon. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about S.N. Pike Magnolia. History states back that this brand has never distilled. They've always been a purveyor and sourced whiskey. It goes back to like the 1830s. And today I'm excited to say that I have found some amazing barrels with them. And if you don't know about them, you might want to look into them. So go back to a few months ago when Danielle and I first met, and she sent over some samples, and I tried through them. I asked her what else did she have going on over there. I was pretty interested, and I said, man, I really like legacy whiskeys that have been double oak, Jim Beam, Heaven Hill, Wild Turkeys. She said, I've got that. So I was like, well, what would you think about me just coming over, screening some barrels, maybe bring a few group members and see what we think? I said, I'll tell you this, for me, going and screening barrels, going to look at barrels is about like going to look at a new car or going to look at a puppy, right? You're usually going to come home with a car or a couple puppies. So she and I jokingly began calling whiskey barrels puppies. And so she hit me up the other day and she said, hey, I got a few puppies here I think you need to come see. I'm pretty sure you're going to leave with one. So the group and I went there, and surprisingly, we fell into really 3 barrels that we loved, but I believe we're just going to walk away with these 2. So one of these barrels is going to be a 5+ year Heaven Hill at 122 proof. This is batch 4D. 100% my profile, and we'll go through it here in just a second. The other is going to be this batch 37. And this is going to be an 8-year double oak Wild Turkey. So I just thought we'd go through it a little bit today, give you some ideas of what I think of them. These will be on Brutally Honest pretty soon. I would imagine August, September. I told Danielle no rush on that. But she was nice enough to bottle these for me so I could come home, do some photos, do some videos, and get some tasting notes out. I think first we'll get into this Wild Turkey. The original S.N. Pike was founded in 1849 by Samuel Pike in Cincinnati, Ohio. What's interesting is that Samuel Pike was not a distiller. He was known as a rectifier. Rectifiers would purchase whiskey from multiple Kentucky distilleries, blend or marry barrels together, sometimes proof the whiskey down, occasionally finish and refine the whiskey, and bottle it under their own label. Rectifiers were master blenders of the era. Why Magnolia is so famous? Samuel Pike developed a reputation of sourcing exceptional high-quality bourbon and rye whiskey. His products were sold throughout the United States and to Europe, upscale markets looking for premium whiskey. His flagship label became the Pike's Magnolia, which was one of the better-known premium whiskey brands of the 1800s. Around 2020, an Ohio businessman, Ed Carey, discovered the long-abandoned trademark, and rather than create a new modern craft distillery, Carey decided to revive the brand using the same philosophy Samuel Pike employed over 170 years earlier. Today's Magnolia is known for selecting mature barrels from major Kentucky distilleries for limited single barrel and double oak releases, including barrels from Wild Turkey, Heaven Hill, and the one that you're looking at right now, which is going to be a Wild Turkey 8-year double oaked and picked by yours truly and our group. Really dark. Legs are just clinging to the glass. Now they're starting to drop out. Super oily. On the nose, there's tons of like darker honeys, the oak, like a toasted sweetness. I get some like tea leaf. There's some berries, a lot of vanillas going on in there. On the palate, flavor bomb. It just punches you in the palate with flavor. Nothing offensive about it. It's not overproofed. It's proofed just right. Get a lot of like toasted marshmallows, some peanuts, some almond. There's like some blackberry mead going on there. Really nice. There's hints of tobacco, a touch of leather on the backside. And it's just got like a nice warming effect to the finish. Gives you a decent Kentucky hug. There's hints of like Luxardo cherry, like maybe some apple, pear going on there. And then it just leaves you with like a really sweet tea finish on the palate. 100% my jam, delicious whiskey, and that Wild Turkey just shines through on it, y'all. All right, so the next one, be rolling. It's going to be 122 proof. What I know to be a Heaven Hill juice, 5+ years. This is their batch 4D. It was also double oaked. I believe this one, the Wild Turkey, was double oaked in a heavy toast char 3 Kelvin. And I'm pretty sure that this Heaven Hill was also in a Kelvin barrel. Now, from memory, I can tell you that the Heaven Hill lend to be a lot darker on the flavor notes, which is something that I really like. Ton of like super sweet tobaccos. I could make a candle out of that, man. It is fantastic. Butterscotch, darker like black tea grinds, like if you've ever smelled like a tea bag. I said tea bag. There's some hints of coffee there. There's a faint like citrus that comes through on the backside. Really nice. And obviously some vanilla from that toast on that barrel. Let's see what the palate's like. It does not drink. I'm gonna look back at it. It is 122 proof. It does not drink 122 proof. It coats the palate extremely well. It's very inviting, very pleasant. Think like really rich, dark. There's like some buttery vanilla-ness going on there. There's like some white cake frosting in there. Okay. Toasted pecan, really creamy texture. And on the finish, all of those flavors that we just explained carry over really well. And then you do get just a hint of that rye spice there to let you know, hey, you're drinking whiskey. Guys, there's nothing about that drinks 122 proof whatsoever. That is very good whiskey. I'm hoping our yields are such that we can all get back up to this one. So, Brutally Honest, you guys are in for a treat when these two bottles show up over at Brutally Honest 1 August-September time frame. If you're a turkey fan, you're going to absolutely love that 37 because it's turkey all day long, all over it. The batch 4D being Heaven Hill, a little bit of a chameleon. It's just really good, dark, rich, flavored whiskey. So, can I say that I'm picking up Heaven Hill vibes on it? No, it's just really good. So, that's my thoughts on it. Hope you guys have enjoyed that. If you have not visited SN Pike's Magnolia in Kentucky, I would urge you to reach out to them on Instagram. Go by, see if they'll let you sample through some things. If you're a group that's looking to do barrel picks, this is a place you want to go. We're constantly getting Crittenden. Matt is just turning out tons and tons and tons of bangers, and he's loading us up every other week with more and more product, and you guys are going through it. Thank y'all for that. Truly appreciate all the support for Crittenden and all the other brands that we support with our barrel picks. Till the next time, guys, y'all let the whiskey and the friendships flow. Cheers.